Okay, I am Jada, the most tweeted story tonight on the
Yes.
show, and she's going to be on our show tomorrow.
Yes, let's welcome Cromwell Brown. Cromwell,
Brahma, yeah, hi.
Hashtag own.
Yeah.
Hashtag own.
Yes,
the show.
hashtag own show for the Oprah Winfrey Network.
And follow him
I'm
at
the host.
Cromwell Brown. That's
Yes.
right. He's the host, and we thank you for joining us.
No, thank you for
having
having
me.
We saw him in the hall. We dragged him in.
That's what we do here, but we haven't heard your take on it, so what do you think about this?
Well,
whole
I
thing?
mean, when I was watching this, it was shocking to me because I'm a parent. I have two sons,
Yeah.
17 and 14. And of
you're
course,
right
this
in
is,
there.
yeah, of course, this is a horrible situation.
Yeah.
That the fact that this little girl is going through this situation. But as a parent, I immediately always turn my attention to the parents. Where were they at this party? Because this girl was clearly drugged.
Both. Which parent? Which side?
Well, first the one at the house. So
Yeah.
whoever's house
House
party that
party,
was
yeah.
at, I want to know where the parents were. Why were they not aware this was going on? Then secondly, if we go to her parents or the parents of the young man or the kids that were tweeting this,
Yeah.
I constantly check my children's phone. I'm constantly looking and seeing what's going on. There was a young man in the green room who was 12 years old, and when I made this comment, he said, my father will always grab my phone each night and check
Sure.
it. So I'm confused of
That's
how
fair.
come you don't understand what's happening.
Yeah.
And there are parents that will allow parties like this to occur at 17, 18-year-olds. And I always told my kids, you go to a party like that and I know about it, I will show up with the sheriffs and have the parents hauled off, and I'll be laughing my ass off standing on the lawn as they're hauled off.
Completely.
The kids weren't invited to any parties. I just know I know what happens when parents don't follow through the way you're describing.
Yeah.
It's a disaster for
Yeah,
the
I
kids.
wonder what his parents are like, because the tweets that are definitely implicating him, by the way, the things that he is saying by essentially blaming her, blaming the victim, and really being the leader of this mob mentality and all the bullying is absolutely disgusting. If his parents were privy to all this and monitored his social media,
They might
as
get
well-
on it.
They might get on
and
it
perhaps
completely.
he wouldn't even be that way in the first place if they were better parents. Just
Ginger,
saying.
what do you think?
I agree with it.
You have two sons,
I
right?
have no children. But yeah, I usually, for me, I always think, oh, education, like what's going on in this town, I guess because I don't think like a parent. But also, just for young women and just teens in general, if you're going to a party, like know where you're going. It sounded so vague. Like,
You know what?
we
There's-
were going to
there's-
this
yeah,
guy's
but
house,
there's-
friend of a
but
friend.
Ginger, you're
But I
making-
did that.
But
Yeah.
this is a great point, though, is that there's so many issues brought up by this story. You just made me think of another one, which is, don't take a drink
Yeah,
from
like
somebody
yeah.
who you don't know where
Yeah.
to drink from. He
House,
apparently
yeah.
slipped something in the drink, and that's what, right? Is
Yeah,
that what
the
he-
peer
He
pressure
went
that comes with
back,
that, yeah.
and she even said it was too
no, I
strong.
don't mean don't drink alcohol. I mean, he put something in her drink.
Yeah.
You know, don't take a drink from somebody else. Let alone don't drink at the party. If you hopefully, I'm being unrealistic. I mean, kids
Yeah.
drink at parties. but that will fall on deaf ears. But don't accept a drink from somebody you don't know.
Yeah.
That's
Even
all
if
it
you're
is.
just being a germphobe, you can help yourself
Well,
in
I
that
mean,
situation.
even as adults, we still accept drinks. I've been at bars and
Yeah.
someone has
Yeah.
sent me
Yeah.
a drink. So I'm not sure for me if that's the right approach. It's more so of figuring out exactly what are we teaching to this young man? Where did he get the drugs from?
Yeah.
There's so many things that are
issues,
happening. There's so many issues here.
Okay, so we're going to leave it at that. We want to
Yeah.
hear what they have to say. We're going to bring her in tomorrow
Yep,
night.
like we
Yeah.
said, she'll be here tomorrow night. So what questions do you want us to ask her? Let us know.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.